Good morning.
And good evening, beautiful people. We got another episode of Mose Knows. Let's get this mug rolling, Dion. My goodness, it's so great to see you, bro. You look great. Your
Great to
beard
see you as
looks
well, my brother.
phenomenal. I wish I
So,
could grow that out.
hey, one day, man, one day.
I've been saying that for 27 years, bro. Been saying that for 27 years, bro. Well, keep praying, right? Gotta keep praying.
Gotta stay prayed up.
Oh man. Well, bro, like, how's your week been, dog? You know how we start this thing off.
It's been pretty relaxing weeks, nothing too crazy. I recently finished a video for my friend Tony. She had a book launch or book release, her fourth book. I guess it's a poetry book, but I think she kind of went a different direction this time. A little bit more upbeat, not as deep as her first three books, but it was really good. She did it at an art gallery back in my hometown in Waco. So finished that. She loved the video. I thought it was pretty dope. She talked about that. She didn't get as much love as she thought on social media, which it's tough. It's tough as being somebody that's a creative. Anybody that creates anything, it's like, damn, this is supposed to be a banger. This is supposed to be the one that took us out the hood.
Nah, facts, bro. You got the mud.
Yeah, but it is what it is. And then I've been going to the gym. Now I'm just kind of now I got a little bit more free time now. I'm done with school. I'm kind of trying to get back into recording a little bit more, recording and shooting. So I'm getting in that habit of just bringing my camera with me, and I feel the urge just record and shoot something. So I just dropped a little fitness video. Again, same thing with me. I dropped it, thought it would be like, oh, he dropped.
Ain't got no love. Nothing interesting.
Crickets. Crickets. Oh, brother. Yeah, but I mean that's been me. That's been my last week and a half. What about you, my brother?
A week and a half been kind of crazy. Saw Inside Out 2, by the way.
Did you shed a tear? I heard it was
it was low key,
emotional.
bro. It was a good movie for sure. The funny thing is I went at I felt so bad. I got an Alamo Draft House right around the corner, right? And so it's just one of those days I'm off. So I'm like, F it, bro. Like, let me go actually use the stuff that I have around me. So I was like, let me go get a ticket. And I was like, let me just get a 10:30. Like 10:30, 10:45.
AM?
No, at night. So, I walk into the theater. Only one, bro. Only one.
Only one?
Only one. I know they was pissed, bro. Whoever was working that night, I know they was pissed. Bro, had a waiter come up to Alamo Draft House. They have the whole waiter thing. So the waiter came up to me. I was like, bro, you don't need to be here, bro. I just came here to watch the movie. I don't need no snacks. I don't need no food. I don't need the menu. You're good, bro. So you don't even need to come back to check on me.
They could have closed up shop early, but
you got one guy in there, grown man, watching Inside Out 2, bro. But great movie. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any regrets. So I did that, and then later this week was able to do some of the Elite Week stuff where the big NFL agent David Mulligetta, he's from Austin actually. Went to school at UT, and he has all of his guys in his agency come out once a week. I mean, one week a year during the right before training camp, and so they all have events going on. And so C.J. Stroud, Jordan Love, T. Higgins, Derwin James Jr. I mean, the list goes on. Justin Fields, they was all out here in Austin, and I went to this private event where they were serving drinks to a bunch of people that got money, and it's like a little fundraiser. And just to see the NFL players outside their element was hilarious to me. Ryan Clark was there. So was Crowder. Crowder was Channing Crowder. He was over here cracking jokes. He was on the mic. He's a crazy man.
Yeah.
He's a crazy man.
You can tell he has no filter.
No filter, bro. No filter whatsoever. But it was funny. And I will say this, Ryan Clark, bigger than I expected. I know he played in the league, but he's tall. So yeah, it was just cool being around that. I didn't feel like I deserved to be there. I didn't feel like, I was supposed to be there. It was kind of weird. I was working, but it was still like, man, it's kind of cool being in this space. And also seeing them, like I said, outside their element, having to pour wine into a glass. It was just cool to see them shake a little bit. You know, Justin Fields was behind the bar making drinks. He didn't know what he was doing, you know, but, you know, it's just there for the vibes. So,
question.
Yeah.
For an event like that, I mean, do you just work or are you networking? Like, are you shaking hands or are you just kind of, I'm getting my footage on my dip? So how was that?
That's a good question. Good question. So it's a kind of you got to fill the room out. So of course, like I kind of have a sense of who I would like to talk to, right? Mm-hmm. Like I would like to talk to CJ just because I know like he's right down the street in Houston. If they have any other events in Austin, like we can have that connection now. And the funny thing about CJ was that day, the beginning of the day, he had his own camp. And so I went to the camp and while we were at the camp, you swiped up, but he pointed out my shirt. He's like, bro, I messed with that shirt. That shirt go hard. And I had like a Christian shirt on. And so it's like, okay, bet. Like he pointed out. I did not blush, even though you're like, did you blush? I did not blush, by the way. You're stupid, bro. But it was cool for him to notice the shirt. And so then I brought it up to him at the event. I was like, hey, bro, appreciate you for recognizing the shirt. Like, he's like, yeah, I saw the shirt on IG, but they sold out. I was like, yeah, bro, that's why I got that dude's notifications on whenever he drops. So it was a cool little back and forth between CJ and I. We got to talk, chop it up. Wish I would have got his number, though. Like, I didn't ask for the number. I need to do that. But yeah, at those events, that's exactly what those events are for, to me. Like, you make connections, you get people's numbers in an environment that's not crowded, an environment that's not berated by media people. I was the only media person there outside of like the agency. Mm-hmm. And in those spaces, like you got to take advantage of that time. And so, yeah, like everybody and their mama was there. Even some of the local Austinites, Brock Cunningham, one of the former Texas basketball player, he was there. He pulled up. We chopped it up for 5-6 minutes and just good laughs. And even funny enough, when we were talking, he kind of thanked me for making a post about him getting a contract with a Belgium team. And so he's going overseas pretty soon. And I don't really know how much those affect the guys when I post stuff, but that did put into perspective for me, like, well, all I did was just say, hey, he got a new contract. He's going overseas. Congrats to Brock. It did get a lot of like likes, but like for him to be like, man, that means a lot that you posted about it. You know, thank you. Had no idea that affected them that way. So just learning the ins and outs of the business and how the athletes feel about some things I post. It was a cool night for me to kind of get that perspective. And so, yeah, when I'm working, I'm definitely trying to connect at those events for sure, because you never know what connections are going to happen and you never know where those connections will take you down the line.
So when it comes to like asking for the phone number, how is that? How does that feel? Like, do you ask on the first time y'all chat it up, or is it just maybe not yet. Maybe it's too soon. You know what I mean? Because I know for me, even if these guys are celebrities, they are regular people, but still, they got millions of things going on. I would feel weird asking for, hey, yo, bro, let's connect. Let me get your number. So how does that process for you? Like, is that nerve? Are you always get nervous? Like, damn, what if he say, nah?
Yeah, I mean that's always gonna be an option, right? That's always gonna be up in the air. Like they can say no if they want to, but that's also on you. I feel like as a journalist to kind of know and feel the vibe. Like, I think he rocks with me, like, or I think she rocks with me. Like, I think we have a genuine relationship here. Like, I do like Brock. Like, I was kicking myself when I left that event because should have asked Brock for his number. One, because should have been asked for it, but then two, want him on the pod one day, and so like. Now I don't see him on a regular basis because he's not at UT anymore. So definitely should have used that moment to ask for the number. And so that's a prime example, right? Like he comes to me about a post that I made. We laugh it up, talk it up. Oh, by the way, bro, you mind if I get your number in case you want to link up down the line sometime or catch up about how you're doing in Belgium? Easy, right? Should have done that. Now a guy like CJ though, who I don't have a relationship with prior, all he did was point out my shirt, he saw me at the camp. So it's like he knows the face, but like he doesn't know who I am. So yeah, in that aspect, it's tough. Like, 'cause it's like, okay, I can ask for it, but I also don't want to come off as like I'm only talking to you just to get your number, you know, because at the end of the day, like I am just talking to guys to build relationships, not just to use them down the line. And so, yeah, it is kind of it's a balance. I would say I was hesitant to ask CJ for the number just because one, I don't cover the Texans, but then two, like, have I built the relationship enough to do that? I didn't think so. So yeah, I kind of stayed away from that. But yeah, it does take time. I feel like whenever an athlete gives you their number, that means a lot because they're letting you into their space. So you also want to use it to the best way possible. You don't want to bug them. You don't want to bother them.
Of course.
And then do stuff like that. So I'm learning this on the go. This stuff they don't teach you in college, right? It's just stuff you got to learn on the job. Yeah. And thankfully, I've been able to be blessed. Yeah. There's no class of like asking numbers for athletes.
Yeah, this semester we're going to talk about connecting with athletes.
Even though there should be though, like that's the whole point. Like now that we're having this conversation and we're here, there should be, because that's the job. Building relationships, getting numbers, getting contacts. How do you think Schefter does it? How do you think Ian Rappaport does it? Now, do I think that they do it in a way that I do it? No, because they don't look like the athletes. They don't talk like the athletes. They don't interact with them probably the same way I do. But it still is an art to get connections. And so, yeah, I wish we learned about that in college. I mean, for sure, because now I'm just freewheeling it, you know, and just hoping that they say yes based off our interactions together.
How would you imagine that class go? They bring somebody in famous and just say, hey, how would you want to be approached?
I don't see the problem with that. Like, I was interested in kind of asking a lot of former guys, even the guys that we had on the pod, like Alex Okafor, someone like him, right? I think bringing a former athlete in that has been around media, that's had to go in front of the podium and ask them, like, bro, what bothered you? You know, and what really grinded your gears when a media person may have asked this? Or maybe in the locker room, a media person may have done this. What is something that is a red flag to you that then the rest of the locker room is like, yeah, we don't mess with that guy in media, so we can avoid doing that. Right. And so, yeah, I actually had that thought a couple of days ago to reaching out to Alex. Maybe I should do that this week, just to kind of chop it up with him, because I'm always learning. And so that's another way, as you continue to climb and continue to meet these high profile guys, like, what's the best way to carry yourself? And also not come off as like, I'm just trying to get in, but more so just want to build a relationship. Just want to know who you are as a person and see if we vibe. And then at that point, maybe we can be an asset to each other. So, yeah.
Facts. Well, no, that's dope, bro. I can tell, like I say, I mean, even when we interviewed, I think it'll be coming up on 2 years now when we did that interview. You know, I can tell that you've learned a lot just from, you know, everything that you've done and been a part of while being in Austin. So I can tell it's a never ending learning daily thing with you. So it's fun seeing that no matter, even now I think your big stuff, you're still learning how to get better. So that's dope. But yeah, let's keep it moving, bro. We got a lot of stuff that happened, I guess, in sports and in the world. Angel Reese's double streak ends. They had the ESPYs.
They was trying, bro.
Yeah.
They was trying.
The quadruple team. Crazy.
They heard, but that's because they heard him talking about Tina, though. That's what happened. They heard him talking about Tina Charles fouling on purpose, which I don't think she fouled on purpose. I don't think she did that. But like, the whole narrative got out, and then at that point, like, you can't do it again. So
hey. She got the record, so it is what it is, and I'm sure they got 15 more games, so maybe she can do it again. You know.
And I will say this though, we got to do both sides. You know, Caitlin, triple dub, just got a big time win last night, and so we beat the Minnesota Lynx, who, by the way, head coach is coaching Team USA. So I know Caitlin really loved that. And she didn't play well until the fourth quarter, but a dub's a dub. And I think this Rookie of the Year race, dude. Like,
do you think it's an actual race, or do you think that no matter what, Caitlin is gonna get it?
No, I think. Well, I wish Chicago had a better record. I think that's the problem right now. The problem is they're just not high enough in the standings compared to the Fever to make it be a real race. And so, yeah, I think if Chicago is like the 4th seed or 3rd seed, yeah, it'll be a race. But right now, no, I think Caitlin has it for sure. I mean, she's also doing things that no rookie's ever done. She's doing things that no player has ever done. And so
That's
I think
facts.
that's
I mean,
hard to.
she did set the record for most turnovers.
Yeah, that's right. And then fastest person to the amount of assists she has. So, like I said, and that's with some of those assists not getting counted, but instead getting counted for turnovers because her teammates can't catch the pass. So, like, I think it's a crazy thing that we're seeing right now in the WNBA, and I love every second of it. And
currently right now, Indiana is 11-14 in the 7th spot, and Chicago is in the 8th spot at 9-14.
Yeah. I just think Chicago needs to be like top 5 for it to be a real race.
Yeah, and sadly, my Wings are in last. So hey,
Paige.
Shout out Paige.
Shout out Paige.
What's good, Paige? What's good, Paige? But yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I think no matter what Angel does, unless she has a 50-point, 20 rebound game, I sadly I don't think she's gonna get it. But yeah, let's keep it moving, bro. Like I said, we got SBs, we got her streak ending. There was something. We got NBA Summer League. I mean, we spoke with Dylan Disu. You wanna toss this interview, bro? This conversation that we had,
bro. I'm excited, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I get giddy. Like, I can't wait for y'all to hear this interview, man. It's so much intel and so much like just good stuff in this conversation with Dylan Disu. We didn't just talk about like what's going to happen pretty soon with the Summer League and stuff like that, and what's happening, I guess, right now with the Summer League. We didn't just speak about that. We also spoke about some stuff that happened throughout the year, but then also intel about back 2 years ago when Disu was on that run with the Elite 8 squad at Texas, and the whole controversy. Will Rodney Terry be the head coach? Will he not be the head coach? Are they playing for him? All that was answered in our conversation, along with what happened last season where Dylan kind of came into his own and he became one of the guys, the focal pieces on that Texas team. And so, man, he just gave so much great insight, and now teaming up with a fellow Austinite and Jamal Shead in Toronto. He spoke about that and what that means to him. Didn't know that they go way, way back. You'll hear about it in the conversation, but they got some history. So, yeah, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this interview as much as I did. Here's our conversation with Dylan Disu. All right, we're now joined by the Pflugerville native, Texas Ex now. That's weird to say, by the way. And the officially new Toronto Raptor, Dylan Disu. What's going on, my guy? Glad to see you back in the A, but I know you're going back up to Toronto pretty soon, huh?
Yeah, it's good to be back. I'll be in Vegas starting tomorrow. Be out there for 2 weeks, and then I get to come home. I get a quick 2 weeks off, and then things kind of start to pick up right from there with the Raptors.
And speaking about the Raptors, bro, congratulations, getting the first contract. Why Toronto? Because I know you had options, right? Trying to pick what would be the best fit for you. And so what made Toronto, in your mind, the best fit?
Yeah, I mean, the work's not done. I've just kind of basically got a contract to come to training camp and try to earn a spot on the roster. But Toronto was a place that had a really good workout. They've got a really young team. So it's a good spot to where I could try to stick. And I made a good impression. I really liked the city and I really liked the staff and everyone around the organization. So I thought it was just a good spot for me.
And new head coach over there. What is he like? Is it Drago? Is that his name?
Darko, yeah. We haven't talked a whole lot. We haven't talked a whole lot just because they have different coaches that coach during summer league. So Coach Gemma is the second or third assistant is the coach for summer league. So he's the one that we've communicated and interacted with the most so far. But from the stories I hear Darko's he's real intense, real punctual. He likes things done a certain way. But I kind of am the same way. So I'm sure we'll get along.
Dylan, I just want to know, for you, your mentality, you're almost there. How does it feel mentally, knowing that, all your hard work, I mean, you're kind of a couple steps there, going through this process. How does it feel on that setup side of things?
Yeah, I mean, it does feel crazy that I'm playing in summer league. I've always wanted to play in the NBA, obviously, and then summer league. Some you watch every summer, and I've seen a lot of my peers play in the summer league. So to finally get the opportunity to play in that, it's really fun. Something I don't take for granted, but also know the work's not done. Really, it's just beginning. Because it's tough to get to the NBA, but everyone will tell you that's been in the NBA and the coaches that sticking is the hardest part, and trying to get your foot and stay in the league is probably the most difficult part of this process. So there's still a lot of work left to be done.
Have you been to Toronto before?
No, I hadn't. Cinco was from Toronto, and we used to always clown him. We used to always clown him about how Toronto was weak and talk a lot of trash about Toronto, not knowing. And then when I went up there, it was great. The city's beautiful. It's nice. It's a lot cooler than it is here in Texas for sure. You can wear a hoodie outside in the summer, so that's something that you can't do out here for sure. And it feels a little bit like Austin, honestly, just like the amount of diversity they have out there. Like they have so many different people. So I did like it a lot.
Have you apologized to Marcus?
I did. I told him after my workout, I had a workout with the Raptors on the 5th of June. And I told him, I need you to make that call for me, man. I need to come back out here and play for these guys. No. And I actually the day that we got there to Toronto, so me and Jamal are actually on the same. Yeah, he got drafted, so we were on the same flights to and from. So wherever we'll go, we'll be on the same flights. They told us it was Canada Day, the day that we got out there, which is basically like their July 4th.
Wow.
Which is last Monday. I think it was like July 1st or something like that. It was Canada Day. And I texted Cinco. I said, "Happy Canada Day" from one Canadian to another. He let me know that I'm an honorary Canadian for the time being. So I got my dual citizenship.
Hey, congratulations! I'm proud of you. Oh man! And speaking about Jamal, though, I wanted to ask about that. Did y'all? First off, let's backtrack. Did you ever play each other in high school at all?
Oh yeah. We played 2 or 3 times in high school. But we grew up together. We played in the same AAU organization called the TCYA Tigers growing up. He was a year younger than me, obviously, but he would play on our team every once in a while. And we would always be at practices together because we practiced in the same building, practice against those guys. So it's kind of crazy that we happen to go to the same team and get to play together in the summer league. So that's really fun. And honestly, I don't know, it's just crazy. Not many people can say they got to play with one of their childhood friends in the NBA.
Yeah, that's awesome. I feel like it must be nice having someone that you are familiar with, that you're friends with, to go to a new spot that you have no idea what's to come.
Oh, for sure. Just having somebody that you're comfortable with, have someone to talk to and talk to about things that are happening, you're both going through, and the shared experiences is definitely something that I don't take for granted. I appreciate it. And I'm lucky to have, him and be in this, this position with him.
I'm happy you can get your fits off too with the jackets. I know you're kind of limited out here in Texas. It's too hot to be getting the fits off. But get the jacket on now. You can show out a little something.
Yeah, I didn't get to wear my Letterman too much out here. That was even in the winter. It wasn't even that cold for this winter, especially. I think I wore my Letterman 2 times. So definitely gonna be wearing that a lot out there.
Since you in Canada, I guess we got to get the elephant out the room. Are you still a Drake fan, right? We still rocking with Drake?
Of course. I'm still rocking with Drake.
All right, cool.
I've had a lot of debates. Jamal's a real big Drake fan as well, but I've had a lot of debates with a lot of people about the beef. Obviously, it was a great moment. The Amazon Prime, the Not Like Us, the pop out. That was a great moment for the culture. Mm-hmm. Great moment for Kendrick. Great moment for the song. I think Drake maybe lost the beef. That's okay. Yeah. That's fine. But I seen a video the other day. If 10 guys were jumping one person and he knocked 9 of them out, you're not gonna say he lost the fight. He held his own. You know what I'm saying? The last guy got him, but 9 other dudes got knocked out before the last guy got his lick off. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I see it. That's how I see it. Drake's still my GOAT for sure. He's tough. Drizzy won't. He'll always be here. He'll be here for long after Kendrick's gone too.
Facts. And go ahead, Corey.
No, you got. I got something stupid, bro. You probably got something.
Okay, well, yeah, I just was wondering. I know Corey was telling me you're not a big social media guy, but I mean that's kind of the era that we're in. You know, since you're most likely definitely gonna make a roster spot, are you ready for NBA Twitter?
NBA Twitter is funny, man. I feel like I got exposed. I mean, you talking about like just like the trolling and like
the trolling. Are you ready for that side of it? Because I mean, what's old dude that went to the Sixers? I mean, they already started.
Jared
with him.
McCain.
Yeah, they already started.
Oh,
with him. So
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
I like McCain. Man.
I like it too.
You know, he's himself. So like, I can't even be mad at it. Like, he is himself unapologetically. I appreciate that. Like, if he wants to dance, if he want to paint his nails, let him do what he want to do. Like, I don't care. It don't affect me. But yeah, I feel like at Texas we got a little taste of that. I mean, the fans are pretty tough out here when we don't win or we're having a tough stretch. They're pretty tough on us. So I feel like I'll be all right for sure. And it's definitely the big stars that get the worst of it. So I don't think it'll be an issue for me for sure.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, they be finding them, boy. They be finding all the memes. I hate NBA Twitter sometimes.
The memes are hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. I love NBA Twitter. It's great. I mean, obviously not like the malicious stuff, but like the memes are hilarious to me. Like the memes about Jared McCain when they're like Joel Embiid is like, guys, help me. We need a 3 and Jared McCain's over there.
Oh man, yeah.
Hey,
hopefully,
is Jason Tatum corny in your eyes? That was the whole NBA Twitter thing.
I ain't gonna. Why are you trying to ask me this, man? What if I have to play him this next year?
Oh yeah, Cory tried to set you up. You're right.
That's crazy.
You're right.
On that topic though, who are you most excited to play with? I know Timmy got to play against LeBron last year. I know that was
with or against
for him. Against who you want to like go against? Anybody you're looking forward to in the league?
Man, I mean LeBron, obviously. That's my guy. That's my favorite player. Grew up watching him. So LeBron would be crazy. Any guys from Texas, obviously, like PJ. I haven't met PJ.
Oh really?
So that'd be really cool. Yeah, he hasn't been back. I met a lot of the guys that are in the league. Jared works out here with the same trainer I do. So Jared Allen, Jackson Hayes, like all those guys I've met, and so those would be really fun to play against those guys, just because Texas, KD obviously as well, but PJ it would be really cool because I haven't met him yet, so that would be cool. But definitely LeBron, like and also my guy Tyrese Maxey, play on the same AAU team as him.
Got paid.
Yeah, hella bread. But yeah, he's great people. He's always been good people, so I look forward to playing him as well.
That's awesome.
Nice.
You talked about training this offseason. I know with your game, you had an all-around game. Offensively, you could shoot, you could pass. You got a nice little post game as well. And so what is something that you felt like you needed to improve on, though, during the summer while you were training?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was my defense for sure. I feel like I can move my feet better than a lot of people have seen or maybe think or maybe their perception. So I think that's definitely the biggest thing for me. Was working on my defense and moving my feet and staying in front of the ball, forcing tough shots. And that was the biggest thing that I had to show, I think, in pre-draft. And I think I did a solid job with that.
Yeah, you sound like you had a good
but
work
I have to
with
continue
LeBron.
to get better with that.
Yeah, facts. Anything particular about defensively? Like you can move your feet well. Is it more so interior defense or perimeter?
No, it's like perimeter defense, staying in front of the ball, forcing tough shots over the top rather than like giving up layups or easy open shots.
Yeah, don't want to be looking like Gobert out there.
Gobert good, bro. Gobert good.
Hey, Cory's trying to set you up for a failure.
Gobert just gets he is trying to set me up. This is
My bad.
he's taking every chance, bro.
I took that personal.
Gobert good. He just gets caught. He gets the worst of it because I don't know. He just got NBA Twitter hates Gobert. That's one thing. Like he one of the ones that NBA Twitter do not like. So anytime he does something good, he was okay. I ain't gonna lie. Gobert was doing some crazy stuff during the playoffs. Like he hit like a step back. Like
yeah.
When he does stuff like that, I could see why people hate because it's like no way. But like Gobert, good. Like he's still defensive player of the year. Three times.
Four
So.
times.
Yeah.
4 times.
Yeah.
4 times.
4 of them things. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And,
That's crazy.
He still has a crazy low light of plays that it's just like, yo.
He's a real Gobert hater. It's a real Gobert
I am.
hater.
I'm not gonna lie. I am. I definitely am. But
Hey, he's a Luka hater too, though. So I mean, he hates on a lot.
Oh, you hate Luka, bro?
I hate the foul baiting. The foul baiting is what.
Okay, I don't love the foul baiting either.
The foul baiting and the yelling at the refs every time. I'm
that
not
gets
a fan.
under my skin too.
That's not a fan.
Yeah, no, he's tough though. Like you can't guard him.
Dylan,
But-
what?
Bigger than a lot of people think he is. Like that's the other thing with Luka.
Oh,
A lot of people don't
they're all
understand,
big.
like,
I think a lot of people
Pause.
don't understand how big NBA guards are. Like they're all like I was in LA working out with the Clippers, and Kawhi and Harden were in town, so they were at the workout, like about doing their own workouts and stuff. Bro, them dudes are tall. Like
Yeah.
those are like forwards in college size guys playing guard. Like it was ridiculous seeing how big those guys are, how tall and like just built they are as well.
Yeah, I can see that being a shell shock. They're real. They're not like, in high school when dudes be like, yeah, I'm 6'1", and it's like, nah, bro, you really 5'10".
No, they're like a real
They
6'6".
gave you the extra. Yeah. But Dylan, like, what do you do outside of hoops? I know you grinding right now. I know you probably 23 hours hoop all day. But what do you do with that 1 hour of your time when you're just trying to relax and something that brings you joy?
I like to do 2 things, and I don't be outside a lot, like out on 6th Street and nothing like that. I do like outdoor stuff like swimming and whatnot. I haven't done much of that because last year I couldn't walk, so last summer I couldn't walk with my ankle surgery and whatnot. But I'm hoping to get back to that when I get some time off. But we don't have too much time off. But I really like to play the game, P5, with my teammates. I play Call of Duty.
So you like that?
I'm solid. I ain't gonna lie. I'm solid. I used to be awful. I won't lie. I used to be so bad at the game, like especially Call of Duty. Like I was atrocious, but I've gotten better over the last couple years. I started playing Call of Duty in like 2020, so like it's been about 4 years
Late
now.
to the game.
No, I was super late. My parents didn't let me have the shooting games when I was growing up, man. I started playing in 2020 and I was really bad. But I've gotten better. And I'm like top 3 or 4 on the team probably. Oh, the old team, I guess. But
Are you calling out stuff, or are you quiet and handling your business on your own?
no, I be chatting. I ain't gonna lie. I be talking.
Okay,
No, I'm
he
definitely team. I'm the team captain. I'm El Capitan for sure.
Okay, bet you
you.
vocal. That boy in the lobby crazy.
Yeah.
So what, you on Call of Duty? Anything else?
I just watch TV. I was the only child growing up. Like I had siblings, but like I was the only one in my house. So like I just had to entertain myself, and watching TV was something I did a lot. So like as boring as it may sound, like I enjoy sitting in my bed and watching TV. Like I could do it. Like if I have something to watch, it don't matter. Like I'll sit all day in bed and watch TV, especially like when you're going, always working out in the season, or like right now when I was like traveling, like you just want to come home and chill. Like you don't want to be outside running around doing stuff. I just want to sit in the bed and chill, get some time to myself. So right now I've been watching TV. I've been watching Love Island USA.
Oh, brother.
Y'all been watching that?
Dog. It's spicy, bro.
Y'all been watching it? Are y'all caught up? Y'all watched last night? You watched last night's episode?
I didn't watch last night.
Last night's episode was crazy. What's her name? Serena. Serena was going crazy. I won't lie. She was going in on Cordell. I like Cordell though. That's the thing, bro. Like, I see. Like, I understand, bro. Like, I really do. Like, Serena wasn't giving him that attention off the rip, and like she friend zoned him for a little bit.
So what do you expect?
And then like then she came back, and then
they
they started getting in a groove. Like, okay, but then he go to the other house, and this girl off the rip, she knows. Like if one girl, she didn't know.
The confidence.
You know what I'm saying? She didn't know at all. She was like, I'm not sure about you. Like actually, matter of fact, we just need to be friends. And then she was like, no, let's get together again now that you're talking to other girls. But then another girl comes in and she's like, I want you. Like that's going to shake my head up too, because like I don't care how good we're doing. Like that's still in the back of my head. So like I can see both sides, man. I want them to be together though. I won't lie. I like Serena.
Okay,
I do like Serena.
I do too, but like you said, it comes off like first impressions. Like if I feel like you wishy-washy about me, I'm be wishy-washy about you, you know. But if another chick,
Yeah.
if she like, I want you, I may not even want you at the time. But if you're confident enough to tell me you do, now I'm considering you. That's kind of the way it goes. So I feel you on that. Have you watched UK or just USA?
I didn't watch UK this year. The UK, man, I didn't like the way them people looked. I ain't gonna lie. They
look a little bit older.
They weren't doing it.
That was the one that they looked like they all had like Botox and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I watched the UK.
They was flaming though.
Last year, I think I watched the UK with Tyreek and Ella.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm talking about? With Whitney. Yeah. I watched that one. That was a great. Yeah, that was great. And then the year before that.
In USA.
No, it has. It has. No, it has. Definitely has. But this season, man, this season good. I'm watching it every night, like
locked in.
But yeah, I've been watching that. What else I've been watching? I've been watching The Bear. I haven't finished it. I don't really like this season that much of The Bear.
I've heard a lot about The Bear though. I haven't seen
it. Yeah, the first 2 seasons was really good. I really liked it. I'm really messing with the 3rd season. The Boys, I'm gonna start once they come out with the last 2 episodes. I'm just waiting so I can binge it all. No, I'm waiting for the next 2 episodes to drop so I can just binge it. Like I hate waiting. This is why, like the Love Island, I'm sitting here waiting every night. Like this is ridiculous.
I agree with you.
It's okay though because it's every night, but like I would still like to watch it like when I want, you know.
No, I hate watching stuff with one season. Like nah, I'll wait. I'll take my time. Wait. Once it gets to that 3-4, we locked in.
You don't like The Boys, bro.
I watched the first 3 seasons of The Boys.
Oh,
so.
Okay.
I'm waiting on this full season. Is what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I just started Game of Thrones. Not gonna lie to you.
Game of Thrones, like the original.
4. Yeah,
the original. Hey, that's crazy, bro.
I know. I'm late. I'm definitely late.
No, the Game of Thrones. No, I just watched it like the 2 years ago. The Elite 8 year. I watched it in September. I finished in like 3 weeks. Like I was just no, I'm a real TV watcher, bro. Like I really do this. 8 seasons. Man. No, every chance I could get, I'm on that. Watch on my phone in the gym.
How many hours we talking?
Wow, bro. I watch too much TV. If
3
I'm being
weeks
honest.
is crazy.
Them
joints is what, hour-long episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah, they was long, bro.
This guy was hooked.
But, bro, it was good though. It was good though.
Yeah,
like,
I'm hooked right now. I'm hooked right now.
Hey,
a lot of characters.
What's happened so far? Hey, he finna. You seen it? You seen it, Dion?
No, I haven't. Honestly, that what is it on HBO?
Yeah, HBO
yeah.
Max.
I haven't watched nothing on HBO. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Unfortunately, I'm
still
catching up on old stuff.
Some crazy stuff gonna happen in this first season, bro.
Okay.
You gonna lose a good man.
I don't like the Prince kid. I don't know.
What Joffrey?
Yeah, bro, he annoying to me. I'm trying to.
Yeah, bro, he don't get better. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow. That sucks. That sucks. Well, Dylan, before we let you go, I gotta ask you a couple Texas questions.
Okay.
Just cause catch up with the fan base, see how you doing. But just retrack this past year and just what was your favorite moment from this past year? And I know you had a couple ups and downs with injuries and stuff, but is there a favorite moment that you had over the past couple of years?
There's a couple, honestly. Like this team this year, we were real road warriors. Like we struggled at home at the beginning of the season, but we had a lot of good road games that were like they were really sold out. It was our last season. Like people hate Texas, they sell out. So I think the 3 for me, it's got to be number 1, Texas Tech on the road. Big revenge game.
Hey, what was the conversation like with Brock in the locker room afterwards?
I was mad at him. I'm not gonna lie. I was mad at. I calmed down by the time I got to the locker room because he was playing really good that game.
He was playing phenomenal, bro.
He was playing great. He was shooting the ball well, guarding well. Like the rotation was perfect. Like everything was going well, and he was getting offensive like he was being he was peak Brock in that game. Like, and so then he got ejected. I was like, God, we need you, bro. Like you're hooping. We're up 30 because like a big part is you. Like you're playing really well for us. And then they went on a little run too. So I was like, boy, if they come back because he got thrown out, man, I was mad. And then we won. And so then I went back and I was like, what's wrong with you, bro?
Most
but
hated, bro. Most hated.
no, that was crazy. But it wasn't like the fact that he like checked in that like was my favorite part. It was just like the way we went in there and dominated the game was that felt really good. We hadn't won at Tech. I hadn't won at Tech, so that felt good.
Oh, I didn't know that was your first dub. Okay.
Yeah, we were 0-2. We lost to that Sweet 16 team, Beard's first year.
Yeah.
And then last year they got us. They really sold us. Like we could have won the Big 12 championship had we beat them, but
you got to look back.
But yeah. So then the next one is Oklahoma on the road. That was fun. The crowd was really that was the first like time the crowd had been good because like they've been awful the last couple of years. So the crowd was really into it. They had a sellout. It was white out as well, and they were getting into it. They were on RT too a lot. FU Rodney chant off the rip.
Oh, crazy! That's crazy.
No, that was crazy for sure. But then we went in there and like took care of business, and it wasn't close at the end, so that was fun. Throwing the horns up on the way out, and then TCU was another fun one, just because I don't know. I feel like something about TCU. The animosity that they have towards Texas is different too. Like out of all the schools, it's them three that probably hate us the most. Like TCU really doesn't like us. I don't get it because like
that's weird.
It is like, and like I feel like a little bit of it from the staff too, or like just the team in general. I don't know. Especially like the last year, they didn't like us. Like I don't know, they hated us. But
how do you like
they had what's it called? They was retiring a jersey of somebody. They were retiring his jersey the day you want to play Texas. T-shirts for everyone in the stadium. Like, come on, man. Like, just because y'all playing, like, y'all could have had this any other day, but y'all playing Texas today. So let's do it today. So beating them that day, that was fun. So those are probably my top three.
Oh, that's awesome. And one game that I remember a lot, and unfortunately you weren't able to finish, but that game at Baylor, you were hooping.
Oh. I wasn't even hooping. I won't lie. I had a good plus minus. I felt awful.
Yeah, you were a little bit sick. I was surprised you played. So like, how sick were you that day?
I was really sick. I had nothing in my body. I had threw up right before I came on the court too, to start the game. So there was nothing. I had nothing in my body. Max had played a great game, man. I told Max after the game, I'm like, bro, I'm sorry, I didn't have more for you today, bro. Like. That was gonna be a moment for him,
Yeah.
He could have probably had 40. He just ran out of gas.
Well.
Yeah, Kendall had a good game. Like, yeah, I was disappointed. We had won 3 out of 4, I think, at that point too. We beat Oklahoma State, Tech, and if we would have won that one and won the last one, we'd have been 4-0 to finish. Good momentum going to the tournament, a better seed in the tournament as well. A Big 12 tournament, and then maybe even better seed in the real tournament. So, yeah, that one hurts to think about.
You spoke about RT and getting hated by Oklahoma. He low-key was kind of hated by some of the Texas fan base before he got the job too. So, which is crazy. I hear you smack your lips. So I wanted to ask you though, like throughout that time period, right? When is he going to get the head coaching job? Is he not? What was the conversation like in the locker room? Were y'all even thinking about that when y'all were playing, knowing that the more y'all win, the better chances he gets the job? What was that conversation like, and why is he the right decision to be the head coach at Texas?
Yeah, I think we all kind of knew what it was. Like, if we didn't perform, like, he probably would have been, not the head coach anymore. And I think that was a big thing. Like, I told him after the Penn State game in the tournament, I was like, we gave you that job. Like, you getting that job. Like, it was on my mind, like, in that game, that I wanted him to be the head coach, and we wanted him to be the head coach, and we needed to win this game. Like, it was that game that had to be won, So we felt it. We maybe discussed it a little bit, not with him, but just amongst ourselves. And then after the Miami game, like, you heard everyone in the locker room talking about, like, he deserved the job. Like, we couldn't have gotten there without him. And, like, the way that he took over and, didn't panic when taking over, just, business as usual for us. And just the way that he kind of helped steer the ship,
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he kind of got everybody together in a time where y'all could have dispersed. Y'all could have fallen off track because that was a detrimental loss to the team, your head coach leaving. And so for him to be able to corral the troops and then get y'all to the Elite Eight, I mean, that's big time. And so, I definitely thought he deserved the opportunity. And even now, he's building a great program with a great recruiting class this year. And I want to ask you one last thing about this recruiting class. Arthur Kaluma from Kansas State, you played against him a couple times last year. He's coming over to the 40 acres. What do you like about his game, and how do you think he fits within that RT system?
Yeah, I actually played with Art when he was a freshman, and I was a junior on the Houston Hoops. He was playing up on the 17U, so he's always been a really good player, and I knew back then he was going to be a really good player. He's versatile. He can do a lot of different things on the offensive end, and I know he can guard different positions on the defensive end. So I think he's a great player. He can dribble, pass, and shoot. And they've got a lot of guys like that this year that can dribble, pass, and shoot. A great class, honestly. Like, it's going to be a good season, I think, if they can figure out, what guys' roles are. And obviously, it all comes down to gelling and playing your best basketball at the right time. But I think if they figure it out, they have a really good chance to make a really deep run this year.
Yeah, a lot of positionless basketball, it seems like, especially like a guy like Jamal Mark coming over as well. I know he can play the 2, the 3, or the 4. Jordan Poole doing his thing. And then Trey, man. You hooped with him a couple of times, right? I'm sure.
We've talked. I haven't played with him or played against him, but I hear a lot about how good he is from the guys about in practice. They say he's playing really well in practice, and he makes a lot of shots.
Yeah, I'm excited to see a big guard at Texas.
Yeah.
I feel like we haven't seen that in a minute. But one last thing, your little brother got offered New Mexico State recently, Aiden. How has it been like seeing your boy get some offers, and how are you trying to help him throughout this process?
It's kind of crazy, man. It's crazy to see him grow up, honestly, because, he's always been my little brother, and now he's kind of growing into his own person. And he's becoming so much of a better basketball player every day. Just like from his sophomore year to now, going into his senior year, he's grown so much as a basketball player, and he's become like so much more aggressive, especially on the offensive end. And he's only getting better. It's crazy. It's great to see. I really enjoy watching that process. I hope he continues to get better. I know he will. I'm not gonna let him not. But I've actually worked out with him a couple of times, and after this summer league, he'll work out with me for a couple of weeks. So that'll be a lot of fun. It's actually the first time we've been able to kind of work out together. He's been old enough to, work out with me, and we'll probably play together and pick up and things like that. So that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, it's great to see his development and how he's grown and gotten so much better as a player, and he's only getting better. I think even if he doesn't, stick around in this area, he'll go somewhere, and people will realize how good he is.
Yeah, I watched one of his games last year, and it just wasn't fair. It wasn't fair. Like grabbing boards, dunking on people. It's like, golly, he's different.
Yeah.
You lost really one-on-one anytime, or you demolished him?
Oh no, I've never played him one-on-one. He don't want that. He don't want that. He don't want that. But
snap.
It will be a long time before I lose to him at once.
Say less. Well, I'm excited to see you get dubs in Vegas this
Cory,
weekend.
one last question.
All right, say less.
This is it. My final question, really quick. Dylan, how'd y'all feel about the horns down at y'all's crib? I just gotta.
I mean, I think it's. I'll tell you I'll tell you exactly what it was. Like, I know, people are going to talk about RT being soft and whatnot. Like, you lose a game, you're not happy. Like, things are already running through your brain. Like, you're not happy. Like, he made a decision, right, to say something when maybe he shouldn't have, and he knows that, and everyone else knew that, and everyone knew what it was. Oh, he was just mad in the moment, like that we just lost that game. Like, we lost that game in a really bad way, and so that's a frustrating time, and emotions were high, and that's all it is. Like, we don't we see the horns down all the time. Like, it doesn't really faze us. Like, it's kind of funny to us, honestly. Like, it's kind of corny. Like, okay, like, I'm not, y'all are trying to make me mad. This is corny. Like, it's fine. If y'all want to throw it. Like, it doesn't matter to us. We're just gonna try to play harder. That's all it is, But it's not that deep, especially for me. Like I know like people hate Texas, and that's what they're gonna do. So we just gonna play our games.
Got you.
Took
Nah,
the
Corey.
horns down out of NCAA, bro. I think that's like it's not that deep, bro. It's not that.
You
deep.
talking about
Like,
horns down? What now?
They took it out of NCAA, like the game. They didn't have
What
it.
you mean? Oh, they took it out? No, they should put it in. They should put it
They should
in.
put it in too. Like Texas doesn't care that much. Like they
No,
really don't.
no.
So-
And then I've seen all the things about like the what's it called it, like whenever we did the guns down at Texas Tech and we got the flag, and that's like how like everyone started this narrative that Texas is crybabies about it. Like no, like if you're gonna penalize us for doing this, then penalize them for doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all we saying. We don't care. But yeah, they should have kept it in. I think it's funny. It's a part of college, culture at this point. So they might as well have kept it in.
Yeah, Corey. It sounds like he's ready for NBA Twitter, man.
He's locked in.
He's locked in. He's ready, man. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I can't
thick
wait.
skin for sure.
I can't wait. Dylan,
Well,
look,
thank
man,
you.
we appreciate you. I always tell Corey that, I love your game. I love, you're pretty much a 3-level scorer. And, any team would be great to have you. So I can't wait to see what you do in Summer League. I'll be tuned in. And, Corey, I'm sure Corey will be tuned in as well. Corey, what you got to say?
Yeah, I just gotta say he's a better human being off the court. Every time I interact with you, I'm just so thankful for you to answer questions the way you do and not just give the typical, social media, or not social media, but the press media answers. I know y'all get trained on how to answer different questions, but I feel like you always were genuine when you're in press conferences. So thank you for that. And before you
Appreciate
go,
you.
give us info about your camp coming up.
Oh yeah, the Dylan Disu basketball camp is on August 3rd. I don't remember the exact time. You'll have to look on the flyer, but it's ages 6 to 16. Everyone will get a shirt. There'll be prizes, signed basketballs, possibly some signed game-worn shoes. There's plenty. It'll be a lot of fun. I promise you. I'll be able to walk. I was in a boot last year. I won't be in a boot this year. So I'll be even more interactive with the kids. And at the end, I'm hoping to be able to play a little bit like 5-on-5 with some of the kids. There also might be some guest appearances from some current Longhorns. It just depends on like if the schedules line up and if the guys want to come out.
Exciting stuff, man. Yeah, Dion, last year I had to shoot from the waist up on Dylan, just so didn't show the boot on his foot, so no one maybe looking at the video can know like, oh, is Dylan okay? Like, no, we don't need those questions at all. But thank you so much, Dylan, man, for taking your time out to talk to us, man. And I can't wait to see you hoop in Vegas this weekend.
Appreciate y'all.
What'd I tell y'all? Boys thought I was capping, bro. It's a good convo, you feel me? But yeah, so we did record that before Summer League started. Since then, the Raptors have played 2 games. Jamal Shead's had some pretty good performances. Dylan Disu has not got minutes, bro. Like, I don't know what they doing. I don't know what they got going on over there in Toronto, but like give the 3-level scorers some minutes, bro. But anyways, though, what'd you like about the conversation, D?
I just love it when athletes kind of tell y'all that a lot of this stuff don't be that big of a deal. The horns down thing, he's like, besides Coach Terry, we really didn't care. It wasn't really that big of a deal to us, but he's saying they're kind of immune to it. They kind of expect it. And I guess that's what happens when you go to Texas. You kind of, anything that happens, they're going to throw the horns down. So they're kind of immune to it. It's not that big of a deal to them. But yeah, that was kind of my biggest takeaway. Like, athletes don't really care as much as y'all think they do. So what about you, Cory?
Yeah, I already knew this, but it's just cool to kind of hear it confirmed. They don't give a rip about what the media says, and they also don't, anything they tell the media, don't believe it. Just don't believe it. The whole Ronnie Terry thing, I'm telling you, I kid you not, Dion, like while we were asking throughout that year, throughout the season actually, like, is Ronnie Terry going to get a job? Do y'all care? Do y'all want him to get the job? Answer's always like, one game at a time. We try and go to the next one. Our most important game is the next game. You know what I'm saying? We're not worried about all that. And Dylan's like, nah, for sure. Like we definitely was trying to win that mother for RT. Like we definitely was trying to get him that job. Literally told him, bro, we're gonna win this. We're gonna win this game so you can win this job. Like they cared. And so yeah, it's just funny seeing the dynamic of they tell the media something, but they don't really mean that.
Yeah,
really
backdoor, it's always something else. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So, well, great convo. let's keep the conversation going though with our final thoughts, Dion. So, great episode, man. I'm so proud. Thank you again, Dylan, for hopping on. And what are your final thoughts, Dion?
I mean, I think we have to mention the craziness and the theatrics that is our presidential election. I don't really have thoughts on who you should vote for, but I just think it's hilarious that, you know, this is what we have at the moment. We got our president. Whether you believe it's when you believe it's real or fake, you know,
wish death upon me.
Getting shot in the ear. And look, I think being shot at is not funny. Nobody should lose their life, but I mean, Twitter knows how to make anything hilarious. And man, when I tell you, I was on Twitter all day. I was about to get on Twitter and just be the serious guy, and once you realize that Twitter don't care, it's just like, maybe it's not that big of a deal. So you just see all the 50 Cent tweets, the Miniman tweets, this how Trump finna pull up. The shout out Tony. Tony dropped the banger of a video. Oh man, Tony, you're in your prime. You're in your prime, buddy. But man, it's just hilarious. It is hilarious. But that's it. I just wanted to mention that it's just crazy.
It's crazy too, cause he gonna come back like they tried to kill me, but I'm invincible.
Yeah,
he's gonna be 10 toes.
I think I saw something where he was like, "Yeah, what saved my life was I looked at the immigration stats on the board. That's what saved it. The immigration." I was like, "Oh man." Yo.
He gonna spin it. Somehow. Bro.
It's gonna. Yeah, he must have hired Olivia Pope or somebody to run his joint, because I mean, you just would never guess. I mean, the crowd didn't even seem phased. I mean, you heard the screaming,
no one moved.
Nobody moved.
Nobody moved.
It's like, yo, what?
It was a crowd full of, crowd full of us. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God,
we sprint out that mug. High knees out that mug.
Cleared out. It's just like I say, everything. It just looks crazy. But as far as sports, it is reported that John Cena will be retiring next year. Legend in the game. It's crazy that we've never seen this guy, and he's a legend. Multi-time champ. Film star, childhood legend, you know what I mean? So the FU, you can't see me, when he had the salute era,
that was
cool.
Know
what I'm saying? He had the jorts, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, damn, we losing a legend. But I'm not gonna lie, I saw him at WrestleMania. He had the fat ball spot. I was like, yeah, John, it's that time, buddy.
To hang it up.
It's the time, buddy. Like, we rock with you. Like, we rock with you, my dog. But yo, you got you always known for the hair, and now you got the patch in the back. Hey,
yeah,
just come on over, buddy. Come on over. But with wrestling, it's not like any other sport. A lot of these guys, they just go to management. I mean, we're gonna see John. He's gonna be somewhere managing somebody, or be the manager of some WWE company. I don't see him like just disappearing. He's just too much of a legend. So yeah, that's my final take. What about you, Cory?
Yeah, they need him in that space for sure. I will say that. My final thoughts, shout out Peyton Manning and Omaha Productions. I mean, that dude is producing some heat lately, right? You got, of course, Receiver that just came out on Netflix. Big time. I've been watching that, Dion. I got one more episode left, and it's kind of cool seeing all the behind the scenes stuff. Of course, that whole series started with Quarterback a while back, and so like getting the behind the scenes info and just all the type of stuff that you don't get to see on a regular basis is so cool. And to know that like they're doing it, one, because they know that the production company is going to do a great job, but you have to have some type of merit, right, for someone to trust you to have that type of access. And so Peyton Manning is a guy that NFL players, they trust, right? They trust that they're going to take care of them, and they're not going to put them in a bad light, and they haven't. And everything that they produce has just been phenomenal. Even with the other thing that he produced with the women's basketball, full court press, like that was phenomenal as well, with Caitlin Clark and Camila Cardoso, Kiki Rice. Like giving all that intel and all that behind the scenes action is something that I guess I could say, like, just for myself, speaking for myself, I love that stuff. I eat that stuff up. And so it's not just the scenes that they get, it's the camera shots too, bro. Like, you know, I'm a junkie for camera shots. I'm a junkie for cinematography. And so the way they even shoot it is like beautiful. And so, yeah, shout out Peyton Manning, finding his own space outside of football and excelling in it. And now apparently about to have a new basketball show coming pretty soon. So,
with Sabonis.
With Sabonis. Now, star-studded cast, though. They got LeBron James, Anthony Edwards, Sabonis. Anybody else? What am I missing?
LeBron James, Jason Tatum, Jimmy Butler, DeMontis Sabonis, and Anthony Edwards.
I know Butler gonna be talking crazy.
Yeah,
I know he gonna be talking.
I'm not gonna lie. I know the haters are gonna hate Jason Tatum, but I'm actually excited to see his.
I'm hoping this kind of fixes things, because for me, quarterback, that series made me think of Kirk Cousins in a different way. Like, oh, I didn't know Kirk Cousins was, like, one, this deep in his faith. Two, just a good dude like this, right? Like, it really did boost his stock for me. So maybe it does the same thing for Jason Tatum. Maybe you get a little behind the scenes look. Now he's not as corny as he is coming off lately, and we may like him again. So this is probably a good thing for Jason to kind of let the people see behind the scenes and see what his life is really like.
Oh, I have been seeing clips of a receiver, and I love seeing the clips of Devontae Adams just hating Jimmy G. That has been my favorite. That if any promo, if I haven't seen any of the promo, seeing that promo makes me say, "Oh man, I want to watch this. I want to see him say, yo."
Bro, he was so mad. I've never been hit this many times in my whole career. It's like, yeah, bro, he throwing it behind your back every single pass, bro. Just make you go up 20 feet in the air to catch a pass. That's why, bro.
He missing your wide open plays. I mean, oh man, I feel bad for him, bro. I feel so bad for him.
It's cool seeing behind the scenes with him, like wife and kids, beautiful home, believer. Like, had no idea about Devontae Adams like that. No idea. But you know, he comes off. A lot of people in the media would tell you like he's selfish, you know, because he's always crying for the ball or he wants the ball. But it's like, first off, he's a receiver. Every receiver wants the ball.
Fact.
But then second off, you see that later in the season, Raiders, week 16, I believe, or week 15, they were out the playoffs, Dion. Like, they had nothing to play for. Another situation, though, with a coach that is an interim head coach that's trying to get the main job. They were playing for Coach Pierce for, you know, some of that. But Devontae had no reason to be out there. And
he put up the 60, right? That was the 60.
Yeah, put up the 60 against the Chargers. And in that game, he had a flu. He had the flu, bro.
Oh, wow.
They were calling it his flu game. And this is the type of stuff I'm talking about that like you don't know until these documentaries come out. That he had IVs stuck to him before the game. Coach Pierce said he looked like he was just like a dead man on the medic table. And next thing you know, an hour later, 8 catches, over 100 yards, and a tutty. Like, he came out and balled out while having the flu. But people will tell you that all he does is ask for the ball, right? So I love these documentaries because they give the perspective of the athlete, and it kind of makes everyone get a broader view of who these athletes are instead of just looking at a sheet of paper of stats and thinking, oh, he just wants a bunch of targets. Like, no, he's fighting his butt off, and he's doing it with a quarterback like Jimmy G who can't.
That's trying to kill him. They got his under.
Yeah, they got his under. Facts, John J. Porter. But yeah, dude. So, one more thing on that. We got to get these football players away from cars. We have to. Jordan Addison pulled over for a DUI. Well, apparently he was asleep at the wheel. And so just another incident where like these NFL players just have to be more responsible.
You got to get a driver, yo.
Gotta get a driver.
Y'all got to invest in a driver. I know y'all don't make the NBA money, but I'm sure a driver wouldn't kill y'all.
I mean, they pay for chefs. You can pay for a driver.
Yeah, I'm sure y'all can find a way to get a driver because clearly NFL and driving, it's just not a good mix.
No, not
a good mix.
You know what is a good mix? Us. We're pretty solid.
Pause. But yeah, I agree.
Here we go.
I agree.
That's where we wrap this thing up. This is where we wrap this thing up. All right, y'all. Thank you for another episode of Mose Knows. As always,
yeah.